Hi, this is Joe Elsasser, President and Founder of Covisum and also a practicing financial advisor, and welcome to another FinPlan Friday. Today's topic is working with CPAs. As a financial advisor, a CPA relationship or several CPA relationships can be some of the most valuable relationships we build, both because it can help our clients with those sticky tax questions, the situations where it really is tax advice and it's not just a financial planning decision, but also because they can be great centers of influence. As advisors, we fill a gap that CPAs generally can't afford to fill. You see, most CPAs don't make their money off of tax returns for a typical client for a financial advisor. They make their money working with the business entities, working with complex structures. That's where the additional education that a CPA has comes into play. So if that's the case, when they have their typical financial advisor client who's got $1 million or $2 million, but no complex situation, ask them a question like, should I do a Roth conversion? It's a challenge for the CPA because they don't know whether or not they're going to find a result. They don't know whether they're going to be able to recommend a Roth conversion, but they know they're going to have to spend some time working on it. And that's a lose-lose scenario for the CPA. They risk losing the client because they bill them but don't find anything, or they risk not billing them, in which case they gave work away for free. So as advisors, we fill a valuable role for CPAs in that we can do a lot of that work, identifying Roth conversion opportunities, helping answer the question of which account should the client be using at which points in retirement to create tax efficiency. And that's a real value to CPAs. Now that said, when is the best time to be reaching out to CPAs? It certainly is not between March and May or in the early fall. Those are the times that the typical CPA is working 50 to 70 hours per week, some of them considerably more if they're tax-oriented CPA. So during those windows of time for us, we do relationship building things. It's a perfect time to have a lunch delivered to their office. No strings attached, don't make a phone call. Put a note on there if you want so that they know it's from you. We do a cookie drop-off. A little extra sugar always helps through a tough season. Those are the kinds of things you do in this window between February and May, other than the things that I suppose are necessary to support when somebody's missing a form from an account, what have you. But during the rest of the year, proactive outreach to explain what it is you do that complements their services and also understanding their niche. What is their ideal client? Because oftentimes you'll run into situations where obviously the kinds of questions that some of the more complex business cases are going to include are going to require the advice of a CPA. And if you have one who has, for example, a whole bunch of software as a service companies, and you have another who, for example, works with manufacturing companies, those are different areas of expertise. So knowing which CPAs you work with will be the best sources or the best result for a referral that you might deliver is another point of value. So ultimately, reaching out to CPAs between February and May is just generally a bad idea unless it's something that is just designed to make their life easier, whether it's proactively providing forms from clients or doing a nice little outreach like sandwiches or cookies. But during the rest of the year, proactive outreach to explain the role that you can play to lighten their load and also understand where they're at, which clients are a best fit for them, can be highly valuable. Now, in Tax Clarity, if Tax Clarity is part of your practice, in Tax Clarity there is the same CPA intro letter that we use in our practice here in Omaha. It just says we've got a mutual client and at some point in the next few weeks I'm going to reach out to you to explain what we do for the client and also understand what services you deliver for your clients. It's a great way to get started. So if you're already a Tax Clarity subscriber, you can download that as part of the marketing resources. And if you're not a Tax Clarity subscriber, it's a great reason to get familiar with Tax Clarity. It'll help you grow your business and it'll also help you interact with your clients' CPAs. Thanks so much. We look forward to the next FinPlan Friday.